As the world goes paperless gradually, it is evident that software is ubiquitous. Software development is one of the most sought after jobs in the world. Why? Because it gives respect, flexibility, lucrative pay. If you are a fresh graduate, seeking an internship or starting a new job, you always wonder how the work environment is going to be or what basic perspective you need to develop before embarking on this journey. In this video, you will get a broader view on how real-time work as a software developer looks like. The other terms used for software developer roles are programmer, developer, development engineer, front-end developer, mobile app developer, back-end developer, data scientist, and others. Before we look at the day in the life of a software developer, let's just quickly touch upon the very basics. What is a software? Simplistically, it's the very notion opposed to hardware. Hardware refers to tangible components of computer devices like CPU, monitor, hard disk, RAM, keyboard, mouse, etc. Software is the intangible apparatus of computer device usages, which is the definite set of instructions, data, or programs. Software is utilized for core operative purposes and the execution of particular tasks. Software is divided into 10 distinct types, but the main ones are web and mobile application development or the front end. This is the interface you see on the websites and mobile apps. For example, google.com or Google Maps, GPay app on your mobile. Backend. This is the database software that a user doesn't see on the front end. The databases are used to store data of the user. Example, when you register on a website with your first name, last name, address, etc., this data is stored in the backend. Application Programming Interface (API). This is the intermediary that communicates between two applications. For example, when you use any messenger to chat with another person, there is an API that talks between two systems. Embedded systems. An embedded system is a hardware with software that is used to perform certain real-time functions. Examples are washing machines, mobile phones, dishwashers, microwave ovens, MP3 players, etc. Another popular mode of classification is data science. Data science is the interdisciplinary field of science that develops algorithms, methods, and processes which extract data and uses the knowledge and insights derived from the data in other domains. Software development implies creating from scratch the entire software, from the concept to completion of features. Maintenance and providing support to the user on software deployment are also part of the software development ecosystem. At this juncture, another term must be known to us, namely SDLC. SDLC is an acronym used for software development lifecycle. Though the nature of two would make it slightly paradoxical, one of the easiest ways to understand SDLC is to compare it with the creation of a storybook. A storybook to be published involves several steps such as coming up with a plot, sketching out characters, writing the story, editing, proofreading, printing, and publication, and also newer editions with suitable changes if required. Similarly, in the case of software, the existence thereof is shaped by writing the code or the program, defining appropriate objects, troubleshooting, trial run or unit testing, debugging, delivery, maintenance, and support. Software is central to the functions of businesses in the 21st century. Corporations either have their in-house software development departments, which is especially seen in case of massive business conglomerations, or may even outsource the software development projects. A major part of the role of the software developer involves ensuring the upkeep of SDLC. Let's have a look at a day in the life of a software developer in general. The day begins when? Well, as is a popular practice, most cases it is up to you to decide. Flexible timings are common in the world of software developers. Moving a step further ahead of flexi timings, even before the pandemic, many full-time software developmental employees could choose to work from home at times with relative ease than most other professions. If you are going to the office, your day typically begins with either an offshore meeting with a cup of coffee or checking your emails that may have come through when you were sleeping and a team offshore was working. Mail matters. System down in the neighborhood office, or worse, halfway across the globe? Time zone differences and round-the-clock operations in most businesses make emails the most powerful connector between the user and the developer in case of any issues or even to specify requirements of the clients. The mails could even be from higher-ups if the key results area or the key focus area are to be reconsidered in case of exigencies. One tip here when responding to emails: keep the subject line clear, start with the problem or recap the discussion in time, and respond step by step in clear language and with the use of screenshots. Knowledge update. An essential part of a software engineer's life is to remain abreast of the current trends, whether in the manner of newer methods of building efficiency in performance of the code or ensuring the most updated version of the software is being used. Set the logic right. Setting the right logic, including the accurate set of conditions and loops as per the business requirements, lies at the very heart of software development. This entails a good deal of research and designing. A flawed piece of logic might not even work in the trial run, so it is crucial to get this right. Developers often have the hardest task of learning new things quickly. They spend quite a considerable amount of time understanding new syntax or logic on the internet while working on a program. Start coding. Getting there finally. Flex those muscles a bit, for they are going to have to keep up with the super speed at which the brain is generating those invaluable lines of code. As a matter of practice, most software developers habitually type in code comments, which are statements not required in the code but are helpful in development to the software developer. This is one of the best practices and requirements for many companies, as they will immensely help during code review meetings. Meetings. Almost all software development teams have Zap meetings or standing meetings daily. These quick and important meetings play a very important role in the life of a coder. At these flash meetings, the team reports to the leader the stages at which they are of their respective projects and the hurdles they are facing. A collaborative approach is adopted to solve the issue. Besides, occasionally, meetings with higher management for briefings on major projects or technology overhaul are not uncommon. The other common types of meetings that the developers attend are code review meetings, defect review meetings, informal meetings with colleagues so they can discuss the logic and dependencies from other teams. Code again. Following the stand-up meetings, discussions with colleagues, it's time to touch upon the code. Though seemingly autonomous, the work of software developers intricately involves a team approach. If the developers do develop the attitude to work as a team, although the role does not sternly require that, they will have an edge over other peers for promotions. Understanding the overall picture of the requirements or scope will give them a leeway on year-end performance reviews. This is a skill that is often ignored by software developers, but this helps a long way in building a successful career. Verification stage. The code might be prepared, but is far from ready. At this stage comes a review of code, which is commonly known as pull request in the software developer parlance. Here, the developer places the code for a review by a colleague on various distributed version control systems. The code review process is different for different organizations. The most common method is doing it in a review meeting, so there is a room for discussion and improvement on the efficiency of the code. Provide support. Providing support to users or testing teams by troubleshooting the problems, emerging or modifying the software to adapt to ever-changing needs of business is also central to a day in the life of a software developer. Besides these, they may also have to undertake particular tasks like creating relevant documentation at the time of software launches, undertake quality assurance procedures, testing codes, etc. This daily hustle being very rewarding mentally and financially, the software developer's lifestyle is a path with high-flying growth opportunities.